Well, we made it to another Thanksgiving. God is good, you feel me? And happy Thanksgiving to all my Boxing Talk family, brethren and sistren out there. And I'm telling you, I plan on eating something good, you know what I'm saying? I plan on doing my thing.
These biscuits is
But you know who else plans on eating? That'll be David Benavidez, El Monstro.
I'm not going to gain too much muscle going up, and I don't want to get big. I don't want to stay at cruiserweight immediately. You know, I want to come back down.
He doesn't plan on getting too big. He wants to move up to cruiserweight and not get too big. You ain't gonna grub? Well, that's very abstemious of you, brother David. But me, I plan on having a full plate. But that's dangerous for David Benavidez because we seen when he tried to come back down too many times. That's part of the struggle. Like we attribute some of the downfall of Roy Jones Jr. and others to doing similar moves. Let's see what David Benavidez is going to do. How's he going to make it work? I'm sure Opetaia is looking forward to it too.
Hello guys, this is Zurdo Ramirez.
Yo, my name is Nonito Donaire. What's up guys, Designer's Eyes.
Here with @Bob Santos Boxing.
And I rock with Dr. Boxing Talk.
I want to give a quick shout out to Dr. Boxing Talk.
And I want to give a big shout out to Dr. Boxing Talk. Thank you for all the love, thank you for all the support.
You're rocking with Dr. Boxing Talk. Get your daily news from my man right here, the best in the business. Let's get it, baby.
All day, baby.
Amen.
Bam!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you'll say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yo, what's good, Boxing Talk family? Welcome back to your favorite boxing news channel, Dr. Boxing Talk. And if you are here on a Thanksgiving holiday, man, God bless you, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you because you know the boxing news never stops. So you know we for sure ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm talking about? BTF rise up. I have some news to reiterate about David Benavidez. You know the WBC light heavyweight champion just came off of a stupendous victory over Anthony Yarde, who was very game but just outmatched. You know, David Benavidez has reiterated what we've already said, right? That he's going to go up to cruiserweight in May, good Lord willing, dependent on Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez beating Robin Safar. So, you know, his move up, you know, a departure from light heavyweight, temporary as it may be, is contingent on Zurdo winning in his next fight against Robin Safar. And then they'll meet on Cinco de Mayo weekend in May. You know, May 2nd is a Saturday, right? And they'll fight for Zurdo's unified belts, the WBA and WBO titles. You see what I'm saying? And that's a great fight, man. You know, a lot of people think Benavidez going in is the favorite. And I think he should be the favorite, right? Because like I said, cruiserweight division is just not really a glamorous division. I like it because we pay attention to boxing, but nobody really looks at cruiserweight like that. So the more eyes that are garnered as far as divisions go is light heavyweight, you know, and so naturally more people are familiar with David Benavidez. You see what I'm saying? So he is the favorite and he's been on a hell of a streak. But I think that fight is closer to what people think, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a great stylistic matchup, right? It's going to be exciting, right? You have the Mexican champion in Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez. Like I said, again, he's a cruiserweight WBA, WBO champion going against the Mexican monster. For your listening pleasure, we are now on Spotify under Dr. Boxing Talk. The same thing on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, everything. Dr. Boxing Talk, man. Come rock with us. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Who's actually Mexican-American and Ecuadorian, David Benavidez, who's a WBC representative for their belt at light heavyweight division. So it's a great matchup, man. Right now, I think I'm staying 50-50 with it. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you a better breakdown. But what we're here for today is not the breakdown of the fight. It's the aftermath of the fight and what's leading up to it. You know, and David Benavidez has said essentially that he'll go up to cruiserweight, but he doesn't plan on staying there. You see what I'm saying? And I think that is very dangerous. And even mentioned if he does stay there, you know, he could actually fight Jai Opetaia, which we would love that fight. Check out what he said here.
Can we see you fight Jai Opetaia?
I don't know. We'll take it one fight at a time, brother. Like I said, I don't know. Everything's possible. I ain't ducking no smoke.
And I have to agree with David Benavidez, man. He's not known for ducking any smoke, so I believe him. I'm going to be honest. I don't really understand if you like boxing, how you cannot like this young man. You see what I'm saying? He definitely comes for the smoke and he comes to fight. You know what I'm saying? So I think that I have to believe him. I have to give him the benefit of the doubt until proven otherwise. But I will say this, there is a roadblock, right? Because if he goes, if Bivol or Beterbiev are available, then I would like to say that he would go back down, and that'd be smart. And that's what I would rather see, to be honest. Even though I like the Zurdo and Benavidez matchup, or potentially the Benavidez and Opetaia matchup, I'd much rather see these fighters handle their business and establish dominance in their home division. And I think Benavidez is more suitable right now, at least for light heavyweight, and Zurdo and Jai Opetaia, that's a fight I really want. I think it's one of the best fights in boxing at cruiserweight. But I want to bring your attention to this. We are seeing two different mindsets play out, right? David Benavidez has been frustrated for a long time for not getting the Cinnamon fight, you know what I'm saying? And then now he has to wait again for Beterbiev and Bivol to handle their business with their trilogy. So he's saying, hey, I'm not going to wait anymore, man. My patience has ran thin. I'm going to take my destiny into my own hands, you know, my future into my own hands, and I'm going to move up for the big fight. So I'm essentially going to chase the big fights, even if it means departure from my division that I'm currently at, you know what I'm saying? Even if it means leaving my division, temporary as it may be. And then we have Jai Opetaia on the other hand, who's also tired of waiting, but he's like, hey, you know, I want these belts. I want to get undisputed at cruiserweight. I'm not going to leave to go to heavyweight or chase a big fight or go down to light heavyweight or even contemplate that. I'm going to wait it out and see when these belts are available for me to seize the opportunity. So I want to say, man, I sympathize with both of them. You know what I'm saying? And they're both going different ways about it. You know, they both want big fights. They both want to be the man, but one is not being patient and waiting around for what the other guy's going to do. He's going to go and move up and fight Zurdo if that's what he has to do, if that's what's required. And then Jai Opetaia, he's taking another route. You know what I'm saying? He's being patient and waiting in his home division. People are going to complain about both, is what I'm saying. You see, and they're, to be fair, they're complaining too, but rightfully so, because they want the big fights. And you know, I get it. You know, I just don't really call Zurdo a duck, because I do think Zurdo and Benavidez, I think that's a bigger fight, monetarily speaking. It's a more lucrative fight between those two than Jai Opetaia and Zurdo is. But me, selfishly, I'd rather see Zurdo and Opetaia, because that is the cruiserweight. You know what I'm saying? They're both in their home division. I want to see who's the definitive best. And then same with Benavidez. I would much rather him wait instead of potentially risking a bad loss, you know what I'm saying? Or even if he wins, maybe he'll stay there. But I would rather see him in the ring with Bivol and Beterbiev. I don't even care if it's the winner or the loser. I think Bivol, Benavidez, Beterbiev, that mix right there is a fantastic fight, no matter who you match it up with. So I'd much rather Benavidez stay light heavyweight, selfishly, and I'd much rather Zurdo stick to fighting cruiserweights. But I can't complain. I like boxing, man. Zurdo and Benavidez is a great fight. Benavidez Opetaia is a great fight. You see what I'm saying? All these mixtures are great fights. So you let me know what you think about that. Would you rather see Benavidez wait at 175 and see what happens, the aftermath of the trilogy? Or are you all on board with Benavidez fighting Ramirez? I mean, either way, it's going to go down as long as Ramirez beats Safar. But we'll see how it goes, man. But the reason why I'm hesitant, like I said, I want to emphasize as well. Remember in the intro, I mentioned Roy Jones. Well, you know, Roy Jones famously went up and beat John Ruiz at heavyweight. Then he came back down and he fought Antonio Tarver. Granted, he won the first time, but it was a majority decision. It was a very close fight, right? And a lot of people attribute his lack of ability or lack of performance to the fact that he was coming back down. And then subsequently, right, his next fight, he lost to Antonio Tarver. Now, like I said, a lot of people attribute that to Roy Jones moving up and coming back down, fluctuating in weight. But there's also other factors too, like he was dropping mixtapes. You know, he was starring in The Matrix Reloaded, Matrix 2. That was around the same time. Go do your research and check it out. You know, I ain't no cap in my rap. So there's a lot of things that contribute to that. But he was living his best life, man. Roy Jones was a big star. He still is a big star. I'm not knocking him for it, but those things could contribute to why you lost, especially when you're coming back down in weight, especially when you're fighting a guy, Antonio Tarver, that you already have a familiarity with, stepping back to the amateurs. So some people will say that, oh, you know, Antonio Tarver would have won regardless. Maybe so. I'm not saying that is the sole reason, but I'm just saying those are contributing factors. And a lot of people feel the same way. And then subsequently after that, we all know Roy Jones went on a losing streak, you know, to Glenn Johnson and some others. So, you know, it's just something to think about. You know, David Benavidez, they have a smart team. And I think that they will find the best way to successfully move up and move down. Or, you know, I guess success will be dependent on your win or losing. But I'm saying to appropriately move up and move down so you're not compromised with your performance and your health. But you just never know these things, man. You never know. When somebody's acclimated to a weight and somebody's not, sometimes it shows on fight night. And it didn't show throughout the duration of training camp. But y'all let me know. That's just something I worry about, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. What would you rather see? What's your priority? Me, I would love to prioritize the trilogy between Beterbiev and Bivol, and then he gets the winner or the loser. Hopefully the winner, but I'll be cool with the winner or the loser. And then I would also like to prioritize Zurdo versus Jai. But I'm not mad at Benavidez versus Ramirez. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Don't forget to smack that like button. But most importantly, remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. And enjoy your family. You know, I know we have a lot of things in this life that we can complain about, but we could also choose to be grateful. That's why God always gives us a choice. You know what I'm saying? So tell somebody that you love them. Enjoy some good food, some good family time, and just be cheerful on this holiday, whether you celebrate it or not. You see what I'm saying? Do your thing, but be happy while you do it. The doctor's out. Peace.
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.